crazy how a company or an organization or whatever can have so much control over society that they can actually dictate your livelihood at the drop of a dime and at one decision to say, hey, look, I'm going to go up 20% or 30% on my prices. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So tonight I want to change things up a little bit. Um, I want to kind of change gears here. Last couple videos I made, the topic was more so dating related. But I want to talk about something else that I think that we all care about and that we all are, um, you know, that's important to a lot of people, which is in regards to a couple things: the recession, these shortages of food, and particularly baby formula. I want to kind of put a little bit of a focus on that because I want to talk about that. I think that is, I find it very interesting that this baby formula shortage just kind of seemed to fall out of the clear blue sky, like many things that seem to have us all in our panties in a bunch, I guess you could say. It's just another one of those things, can't quite put our finger on where all of this is coming from. I think I have an idea. But I wanted to read you guys a passage from an article that kind of got me thinking, something I already suspected anyways, and I'll go into detail of that. But I just want to read this to you real quick. Hold on one second. So here's the passage from the article that I wanted to talk about. It says formula has been hard to find in some parts of the country since suspected contamination led to a recall and the shuttering of a big manufacturing plant in Michigan. That plant reportedly supplied as much as 1/5 of all of the infant formula in the country, but the problem is bigger than that. Okay. So it goes into some other things in that article, but I just want to stop here. Okay. A suspected contamination of this plant kind of gets me wondering, how the hell did it get contaminated? Where did that come from? Where did this contamination come from? And why now? Um, Kind of reminds me of a lot of the 2020 shortages and panics that we had going on surrounding toilet paper of all things. But this particular shortage, in quotation marks, I want to say quotation, this particular shortage really pisses me off because now you're dealing with people's babies. They're newborn babies. And me being a mother myself and being a mother who has done both breastfed and used formula, I know the difficulties that are involved with both of those. But I also know how important your baby is to you and that you will just die and do anything for your baby. So I'm really bothered by this, what I believe is another ploy to get people up in arms and get people to panic. I mean, I just can't help. I mean, there's just too much evidence that points to foul play here. But anyway, another part of the reason why this topic has grabbed my attention is because, and I'm not, my channel is not about politics. It's not about religious beliefs or anything like that. Even though I'm a spiritual person, but my channel isn't about religion, and which is two different things. But what I went, I just found it interesting because back in 2020, the end of 2020, like I think around December, I watched a video of a guy who um, he's very spiritually in tune. We'll say that. I'm all into that kind of stuff. But I remember there was a specific thing that he talked about. He does these predictions every year, like around November or December of every year. He does these like predictions of the following year or two. And in 2020, I remember in his video, he specifically stated that there are going to be shortages or staged, as he put it, staged shortages of food in particular. He mentioned he said going into 2021, well, he said 2021, but then going into 2022, there's going to be staged shortages of food just in general. And so this kind of and it really got me thinking because of this whole baby formula shortage and then the insanely high and rising cost of food. But I feel like this is also somewhat of an eye opener as to how much control our major corporations and our government systems and all of that. I'm not going to sit here and blame them, but I'm speaking so that you can just kind of think for yourself. But it kind of makes me think about how much control they have over the way that we view things and the way that we live. Because anytime someone can control your food supply specifically, they really have a really strong hold over you, because we all need to eat. You know what I'm saying? We all need to eat. Even though, interestingly enough, not to get too far off topic here, but the earth actually already supplies all of our needs and all of the food and stuff that we need. It already grows out of the ground. So, and it's never going to stop growing out of the ground. The earth is never going to stop supplying the needs of its inhabitants. That will never happen. As long as there is inhabitants on the earth will supply the needs of the inhabitant. That is a natural law. So I say that to say that we've all kind of gotten caught up in this sort of system of buying things, buying and selling things, and which is great. I mean, I feel like our society works, pretty well overall. I mean, I think that especially here in America, I think that we're very blessed as far as a lot of the freedoms that we have and things like that. But I also think that we are heavily we're very heavily monitored, controlled, and dictated upon. And it's very easy to scare us into submission, because we really don't rely on our own natural ability to grow food and to just to do things and really truly rely on ourselves. We're not really we've kind of gotten out of that point. And so we rely on our grocery stores and our manufacturers and all of that to take care of to a lot of times to take care of our food needs. I mean, if you really look at the high cost of food, right? Our costs are the cost of living, the I mean, everything that we utilize as far as our survival, our food, our shelter, our transportation, meaning gas, is sky high right now. It it's absolutely sky high. It's ridiculous how expensive everything is out the blue. I mean, it's crazy how, a company or an organization or whatever can have so much control over society that that they can actually dictate your livelihood at the drop of a dime and at one decision to say, hey, look, I'm going to go up 20% or 30% on my prices. And now we're like in a freaking recession and everybody's like, I need more money. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's like in a scramble, the stock prices are going down and I'm not going to get into all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's a whole nother segment, but it's just it's really it's eye opening. Like this is really eye opening, at least for me and many others, many others who are seeing the same things that I'm seeing. I think it's just a lot of these scare tactics are becoming more and more. I think it's just becoming more and more obvious to the general public because a lot of people are starting to open their eyes to it. Like, man, hold on, something ain't right. It's just becoming a little bit too obvious, and I think with this baby formula shortage, just out the blue, it's a contamination somehow. It's starting to sound and feel very staged. And yeah, so like I said, I'm not the only person who's saying this and saying this. Many others. But I think a lot of people just haven't really addressed it. But I think it's just, I don't know, still kind of somewhat kind of a new thing, maybe just within the past few weeks that we've kind of been seeing this. Um, but yeah, so and really quick, just to go back to the guy that made the predictions. So he made another prediction. And when I'm seeing all of the things, all of these weird phenomenons and all of this weird stuff that we're kind of seeing over the last couple of years, um, it's just so much crazy stuff going on now. Even with the COVID pandemic and everything. But he also made this prediction, and take it how you will. I'm just merely sharing information. That's all I'm doing. I'm not speaking for, I'm just telling you what he said. So he also made a prediction that said that there would be staged alien invasions. Now, we haven't yet seen that. And one may think to themselves, okay, that's just going way too far. Nobody's going to believe that. But really, are you sure that nobody's going to believe that? Because we've in recent years been accepting and believing a lot of things that would have been completely insanely ridiculous 50 years ago. So why would something like that be out of the question? I would not be surprised. I'm actually just kind of sitting back waiting for a staged alien invasion to happen. I mean, at this point, like, how can you not expect something completely crazy, something else completely crazy to be presented to us. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. But what I am gonna say is I'm gonna talk more about these type of topics because I feel like this is important to all of us. And I feel like we need to be talking about this economy and this fear mongering and things that we got going on here because it's getting out of control. It's been out of control, but it's really getting out of control now. But I'm gonna talk more about that. I'm gonna talk more about this economy. And matter of fact, one of my homegirls I was talking to, she wants to get on here with me, and we want to talk about the economy. We want to talk about finances. We want to talk about um, just different things that affect the everyday person. You know, particularly families, women, and just the middle class person, or just people in general um that are affected by this kind of stuff. So we're I'm going to get together with her on another video. We're going to talk in detail about all this stuff. So that's why y'all need to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can know when I'm uploading these videos and stay up to date. And that's it. So let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this whole food crisis and food price hike and these baby formula shortages are staged and just another fear tactic? Or do you think that this is just a legitimate issue that we're actually having? So let me know what y'all think, and I'll see you next time.